Here's a live look outside our downtown Providence studios this morning on this Friday. We are in store for a sunny, beautiful day again. Kelly Bates is here and putting the finishing touches on her forecast. But first, here are some of the top stories you'll see on Good Morning Providence. The governor's choice to lead the troubled DCYF goes before a Senate committee. Why she says she's the right person for the job. Plus, this story.
Breaking overnight, Title 42 is no more. I'm Lindsay Watts. I'll have more on the scene at the border this morning and the new policies in place there.
And honoring the GOAT, we now know when the Patriots will spread out the red carpet for Tom Brady and the team's schedule for the upcoming season. And good morning. Thank you for joining us. I'm Tara Lenazak. It's Friday, March 12th. Happy Friday. If you had any stress this week, let it all out. Let it out of the room right now because we made it to the end of the week and we have beautiful weather in store. Here's meteorologist Kelly Bates with your first forecast.
First of all, woo! With the celebration now out of the way, we are expecting another sun-filled day, but this one's going to have a couple of little adjustments over where we were yesterday. We're actually headed into the 80s for our highs, and we're not looking at the hazy skies that we started yesterday with. We have clear skies. We're just waiting for the sun to come up. It is currently 54 in Providence. Winds are light to calm across southern New England, and our satellite and radar showing a couple of areas of precipitation north of Albany. Now, that is part of a weak front that wants to drop into southern New England this morning. I do have a couple models saying that it could give us a little morning pop-up shower around the 9 a.m. time frame, but most of us are going to see this as a dry day. And it's not only the chance with that weak front sliding through at 9 a.m. right there, we also have a chance of popping up our own clouds in the afternoon and evening, just like we had yesterday, and there is a chance of an isolated shower at that same time. So taking a look at your forecast for tonight, we're looking at clear skies. If you have plans, things should be fine, but between here and there, it's going to be a warm one. We're headed to a toasty high that should top out near 84 around 3 o'clock this afternoon. Tara Lynn?
Kelly, thank you. Our top story this hour at 5:02. This morning, a landmark change to U.S. immigration policy as thousands of migrants flood the southern border. Title 42 has now officially ended. It's the pandemic-era policy that allowed the U.S. to turn back migrants over health concerns. ABC's Lindsay Watts is in Washington with what we're seeing at the border this morning.
A surge of migrants at the southern border facing new rules this morning.
Do not believe the lies of smugglers.
In a new statement overnight, Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas says smugglers are spreading misinformation on social media, offering their services to migrants with promises of easy entry.
We are ready to process and swiftly remove people without a legal basis to remain in the U.S.
He says there are 24,000 Border Patrol agents at the southern border, in addition to thousands of troops and contractors. Under new regulations, non-Mexican migrants must apply for and be denied asylum in another country first, and migrants need to schedule an appointment at a port of entry using a government app. Those who don't follow those rules face deportation and will be unable to enter the U.S. again for 5 years. But for some who've made the journey, there's no turning back. This family carrying a baby in a suitcase. A man from Venezuela waits to cross in Mexico, saying, after selling everything you had to get here, how can you go back empty-handed? Up to 28,000 migrants are now in U.S. Border Patrol custody, with some facilities over capacity. Breaking overnight, a federal judge in Florida has now blocked part of the Biden administration's parole plan for migrants. That ruling says Border Patrol cannot release migrants without first issuing them a formal notice to appear in court. Border Patrol says that is going to lead to more overcrowding at their facilities. Lindsay Watts, ABC News, Washington.
At 5:04, headlines at the State House this morning, where last night a Senate committee forwarded the nomination of Ashley Decker to be the new head of DCYF to the full body. Now, Decker was nominated last month by the governor to serve as director. Good morning, Providence reporter Yanni Trigelis is live at the State House with more on this story. Good morning, Yanni. What can you tell us?
Good morning, Tara Lynn. Well, last night, Ashley Deckert faced questions from committee members about her plans for the agency before ultimately being unanimously approved by the Senate Health and Human Services Committee to take the lead as director of DCYF. Now, she previously worked as a foster care specialist in Illinois, where she is part of an ongoing lawsuit surrounding the death of a child. Now, after the hearing last night, she spoke to ABC6 about that death, calling it tragic, but clarified her last involvement with the child was more than 2 years prior to its death.
Any death of a child is tragic. We really do, in the work that we do, try to avoid and prevent that at all costs. Unfortunately, it is a pending litigation, and I've been advised by my attorney that I can't say much.
And that civil lawsuit argues that Deckert didn't properly vet a coworker's investigation into a parent. The mother of that child later convicted of killing her 8-year-old. Now, if approved by the full Senate, Deckert will be the first head of the DCYF, the troubled agency, in 4 years. We're live in Providence. Yanni Trigelis, ABC6 News.
Yanni, thank you. An investigation underway at a home in Coventry. It happened just before 3 p.m. Police called for a domestic disturbance at a home in the 2500 block of Flat River Road. Our ABC6 crew saw officers tow away a white Toyota pickup truck from the property that had damage to its front windshield. Now, Coventry Police, along with State Police in the AG's office, they're investigating. And Rhode Island State Police didn't have to go far to arrest a Lincoln man. They grabbed him after he drove through the fence outside of their barracks in Lincoln. 46-year-old Clinton Bradshaw is now charged with a DUI and reckless driving. Bradshaw was arraigned in district court on Thursday and released on bail. And let's get a look outside at 5:06 with our ABC6 Skycam. Wow, I am just so excited for the temperatures today. Kelly, I can't say it enough. Here's Kelly Bates with your forecast on the 6th.
Well, Tara Lynn, we're in for a true taste of summer as temperatures will likely be topping out in the lower 80s for most areas of southern New England. And it all starts with some early sunshine, which we're waiting for, of course. Once we get into the daylight, we're going to see that sun go to work and warm things up quite nicely and fairly quickly, too. So here's how things look over Providence, and here's how we deal with the morning. Temperatures are a little bit warmer than where we were yesterday. 54 right now in Providence, 55 currently in Smithfield, and we've got 50 from Newport to Westerly. And once again, we are starting in the mid to upper 40s from Taunton into New Bedford. So we've got this weak front that is dropping through northern New England, and that will be coming through here around 9-10 o'clock this morning. At that time, it may throw us a couple of clouds, and there is a slight chance it could chuck us a shower, but we're really not expecting anything until maybe this afternoon. And even at that, it's a 20% chance of an isolated shower. So during your early commute, 7 a.m., we're looking at sunshine. Temperatures are going to be mild. They're going to come up very quickly. And by the time we get to this evening, we are looking at that chance of an isolated shower. Temperatures during your late commute will likely be near 80 degrees. And that warmth will likely take us into the upcoming weekend to start. But once we finish the weekend, it's going to be looking quite cooler. We'll take a look at your forecast in greater detail coming up in just a couple minutes. Tara Lynn?
Let's see what's cooking on those roads at 5:08. Have some early risers out there. You're looking at Thurbers Ave right now with our ABC6 Skycam. Let's take a look at some travel times here. If you're traveling 195 westbound State Line to the 95 split, it's about 3 minutes. And 24 northbound Fall River to Route 93, it's about 30 minutes right now. And drivers using 95 north to 146, well, you have a new off-ramp. The changes are part of the opening of a new bridge as part of the $265 million Interstate 95 North project. Now, the opening of the bridge will begin at 9 p.m. and requires shifting traffic to the left of the current lanes to Route 146. Drivers should expect congestion, and the department hopes to open both lanes of the new bridge by 5 a.m. on Monday. And starting next Friday, well, there will be new lane split on I-195 West Rhode Island. DOT says there will be one travel lane to the left of the split and two to the right. The new split will be located right after the lanes drop from 4 to 3 at the Broadway interchange, and drivers are urged not to slow down or change lanes. RIDOT said the split will be in place 24 hours a day until late fall. And the controversial Columbus statue that had been locked away in storage after being vandalized numerous times in Providence, well, it has a new home. Former Providence Mayor Joe Paolino brought the statue in March for $50,000. It will now have a permanent home at Memorial Park in Johnston. Mayor Palacina Jr. saying the statue will allow the town to celebrate its rich Italian-American community. It'll be unveiled on Columbus Day. And it's 5:10, still to come on Good Morning Providence. The Patriots schedule that's been released as we find out exactly when Tom Brady will be honored by the team and the fans. We'll break it down for you. And just a few days before Mother's Day, don't forget, all right, ground broken on a labor and delivery center in Providence. What it'll mean for expecting moms. You're watching Good Morning Providence on ABC 6. We'll be right back.
Watch ABC 6 News first at 4 immediately after Hot Bench.
Showing how you feel, it's been a while. Go ahead and smile. Go ahead and smile.
Lowe's knows the first step to motivation
is inspiration.
So we've got new everything. New flooring, new paints, new patio sets, new pillows. I can keep going if you want me to. You got this, and we got you.
Don't miss the Hot Tub and Swim Spa Blowout Expo this weekend only at the Rhode Island Convention Center. Browse the largest display of hot tubs and swim spas in the region from 5 major brands at up to 50% off. That's this weekend only at the Rhode Island Convention Center in Providence. Visit hottubshow.com.
Bipolar 1, I got help to push back.
I got help to push back.
We got help to push back with Lybalvi.
Once daily prescription Lybalvi is proven to treat manic or mixed episodes of bipolar 1 in adults to help you push back. Elderly patients with dementia have an increased risk of death or stroke. Do not take Lybalvi if you are taking opioids or are in opioid withdrawal. The samidorphan in Lybalvi can cause severe opioid withdrawal that can lead to hospitalization or increased risk of life-threatening overdose. Get emergency help if you have trouble breathing, become very drowsy with slowed or shallow breathing, or feel faint, very dizzy, or confused, or if you have fever, stiff muscles, confusion, rash, swollen glands, or problems with your liver, kidneys, heart, or lungs. Other serious side effects may include high cholesterol, weight gain, potentially fatal high blood sugar, uncontrolled body movements, which may be permanent, dizziness upon standing or falls.
Are you ready to push back against bipolar 1? Ask your doctor if Lybalvi is right for you.
Life is complicated. We think your internet should be simple. So switch to Cox, and for just $49.99 per month, we're offering a hassle-free way to get the internet you need for a great price. You get 100 meg download speeds, panoramic Wi-Fi with equipment rental included, our money-back guarantee, and no annual contract. Yes, $49.99 a month for all this internet goodness. Simplify your life with Cox.
At Affordable Dentures and Implants, we make new smiles affordable for everyone, so you don't need to wait another day to get your smile back. Click or call to schedule your new smile consultation today.
Go ahead and smile.
Welcome back. It's 5:13. Big news from the New England Patriots and Tom Brady.
I invited him back to come here and be with us at the opening game and let the fans in New England thank him for the great service he gave us for over 20 years.
Announcing it on the NFL Network in the QB that led the Pats to 20 seasons of glory. And the 6 banners hanging in Gillette Stadium will return in September. The Thank You Tom game will be week 1 against the Eagles. That's when the Pats will honor Tom Brady during the home opener over 3 years after he said goodbye to play for that other team in Tampa. For the current Pats players, even they got a little excited hearing the news Thursday, knowing what kind of atmosphere can be expected when TB12 returns.
It's going to be big. A lot of people are looking forward to that. I bet that's probably sold out already. We don't even know who the home opener is, and it's probably sold out. And he can come back to where it all started from. I know all the fans are excited about that. You know, he's done a lot for this program. You know, it's going to be exciting to have him. We want to get a win every game, but that game we definitely got to get a win. You know, Legend coming back, so we definitely got to show up.
In other big news from Gillette, we've officially got the roadmap for the New England Patriots in the fall. The NFL finally releasing the schedule for the 2023 season. All right, let's go over it first. The 3 preseason games, the Pats will host the Houston Texans on Thursday, August 10th. New England will then play 2 road games at Green Bay and at Tennessee. Times and dates to be determined there. And the season opener will be Sunday, September 10th at 4:25 in Foxborough against the defending NFC champion Philadelphia Eagles. Then they play the Miami Dolphins, then the New York Jets, and the Dallas Cowboys. Then we're going to week 5. Pats come on back home to host the New Orleans Saints. Then in Vegas to play the Raiders. Pats play the Bills in week 7, and then they return game with the Fish in week 8. And then in November, the Pats host the Washington Commanders for week 9. Then the Pats, they play the Colts in Germany. Really exciting there. That's an international game. Week 11 is the bye. In week 12, the Pats play the New York Giants. Back home for the Pats week 13 to host the Chargers at 1 p.m. And then all the way up to New Year's Eve, week 17, it's Pats at Bills in Buffalo. And then week 18, it's Pats versus Jets. Full schedule is up now on our website, abc6.com. Check it out. In the Boston Celtics playoff run, it continues. Everyone's so excited with a Game 6 win in Philly. Jason Tatum missed his first 6 3-pointers before he drilled 2 straight clutch ones late in that game. Pushed the Celtics past the Philadelphia 76ers 95-86 on Thursday night to send the Eastern Conference semifinals back to Boston for Game 7. The defending conference champs are in familiar territory. Boston trailed 3-2 last season in the second round against Milwaukee before won Game 6 on the road, and then the clincher at home. Game 7, Mother's Day. It's this Sunday.
And now, your ABC6 Storm Tracker weather with meteorologist Kelly Bates.
Well, if it were a typical day, we would start around 48 and make our way to 68. But this is not a typical day, my friends, nor is it a record-breaking day. And if you were curious for those numbers, our record high was set in 2001 of 90 degrees with a record low of 32 from 1907. Sunrise this morning, the official time at 5:29. Again, I'm a night person. You got to bear with me at this early hour. We do have clear skies slated, so when the sun comes up, we're going to see it, and it's going to go right to work on these temperatures that, again, are starting well above average. We're at 54 right now in Providence. We've got 50 from Newport right on into Westerly, one of our warm spots in Smithfield at 55 to start. And we once again are finding the 40s as we go towards Bristol County, Mass. 47 for Taunton, 49 right now in New Bedford. Now, we do have winds that are light to calm out there. So right now it is sort of the calm before we're expecting a weak front to move through. Not necessarily a storm, but yeah, we have some clouds that are expected to build in as we hit about the mid-morning time frame, and those have a slight chance of giving us a shower. So here's where that front is right now. It's located right about here, just north of the Albany area, and it will be scooting on through around, again, 9 to 10 a.m. At that time, it is expected to just give us a couple of clouds, but there is that chance that we could pick up an isolated morning shower, and it's showing up on this model right here. So again, that's that weak front. Here we are at 9 a.m. There's a chance of a little spot shower. Now, as we go through the day, it is going to be a very warm one, so we're going to percolate our own clouds for the afternoon. And some of those clouds have the chance of generating, again, a chance of an isolated shower. Most of us will see this as a dry day, but that chance is there. And I've also got some indication that we may even see a little chance of a pop-up thunderstorm in there as well. We're not expecting anything in terms of dramatic storm activity, but again, the chance is there, so you need to know about it. That brings us to the start of the weekend, and we will see some clouds to start off early on Saturday, but by the time we get to the afternoon and evening, we're going to clear that right on out. Again, we're looking at a dry day. We'll call it partly sunny, and that kind of fits the bill there. This model is also going for a slight chance of a shower for Block Island at 8 p.m. That's oddly specific, but hey, there you go. As we look across the region, this is our severe outlook. It comes out when there's a chance of a thunderstorm. And again, we do have that slight chance with that front coming through this afternoon, but we're looking at a non-severe chance of non-severe thunderstorms. Excuse me. That means no tornadoes or hail or anything like that. Just a chance of a pop-up rumble or two. With that said, here's our day in a nutshell. Here is that first little weak front coming on through, and then we get to the afternoon, and there's the clouds that we're going to make through the course of the day. So again, a chance of an isolated shower here, chance of an isolated shower, isolated thunderstorm there. And that's how the day plays out. In between all that, we're going to be doing mostly sunny skies. And by the way, the drought monitor came out yesterday about mid-morning, and we are in a much improved situation. Now we're just abnormally dry rather than that moderate drought category along the south coast, which is where we had been living for the past week. With that said, here's your weekend. So here's what you have to look forward to. We're going to be warm on Saturday. Blend of sun and clouds. We're headed to a high of 80. And then behind that, we're going to find much cooler air. It will be dry and comfortable for Mom on Mother's Day. We're expecting that high of 68. So just to reiterate what I literally just said, I really got to put these in a better order, to be honest with you. 68 for Mom on Mother's Day. It will be sunny, pleasant, comfortable for Mom. And it will be dry, too. So look for some really nice weather, seasonable weather, as we turn the corner past the weekend and into next week. Temperatures will be hovering in the low 70s and upper 60s. And that, again, is what we typically do this time of year. Tara Lynn?
Kelly, I love that Mother's Day graphic. That was beautiful. What mom wouldn't want a sunny and pleasant Mother's Day?
Right? Agreed.
All right, perfect. We'll check in with Kelly Bates in just a bit. And it's 5:20. Good morning, Providence, with a focus on your health. The FDA finalizing new rules for blood donors, which allows more gay and bisexual men to give blood. The FDA created new screening questions to help reduce the risk of transmitting HIV. Blood donors will now all have the same questions, regardless of gender or sexual orientation. And mental health in U.S. teens is getting better in the wake of the pandemic. The CDC says although mental health visits have been dropping, the problem is worse among teen girls. Now, the CDC tracked weekly ER visits for teens with mental health issues, including suicide attempts and overdoses. Those visits dropped 10% between the fall of 2021 and 2022, and those numbers still higher than pre-pandemic levels. And groundbreaking on a new Women and Infants Labor and Delivery Center. The Brown University Labor and Delivery Center is a rebuild of the current center. Care New England says their aim is to make the construction project the region's best. And among the perks, enlarged delivery rooms and enhanced birthing options.
I think that what we're doing here matters for Rhode Island families. And it matters because improved resources for clinicians and care providers translates into excellent patient and medical outcomes. And it means a more personalized birth experience for the families who come here, which is really important.
It's expected to be done in December of 2024. And it's 5:22 still to come on Good Morning Providence. An extra small pup found stranded on the road. Now making strides to recovery. Smudge's story and how you can help.
With so much at stake, more Americans turn to ABC's World News Tonight with David Muir, America's #1 newscast across all of television.
And ABC 6 News with Tiffany Murphy and John DeLuca, Southern New England's trusted news team. You Bet Your Life, weekdays at 4:30 on ABC 6.
You get in a car wreck and call the insurance company and get nowhere. Stop wasting your time. Just make one more call to 800-LAW-1222. I'm attorney Rob Levine, and I have the power of the law.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 1-800-LAW-1222.
What you're thinking? Right in a grocery store, celebrities really are just like us. We're not. I'm just here to make a point. As a papertarian, I crush it in a place like this. Now you've got to pay attention to the packaging. If it comes in paper, it comes from a renewable resource. I'll recycle you later. First person to check out with only paper products wins a yacht. Paper.
So how come you became a papertarian?
Smart choice. Stupid question.
Water.
Yeah.
You should Angie that.
Angie what?
Angie that. It means comparing custom quotes from skilled service professionals or booking at an upfront price so you can find the best price for you. Get started today at Angie.com.
At Cox Mobile, we know most mobile plans treat you like another sheep in the flock, forcing you to pay for a whole heap of data like everyone else, even if a whole heap isn't what you need. Now that's more like it. Find plans that fit you based on the data you need for as low as $15 a gig with no annual contract while running on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability. Cox Mobile. We're different because you're different.
This is the 2023 Nissan Rogue. With a surprisingly fuel-efficient VC turbo engine. You can go from 0 to fun in no time and leave basic far behind. The 2023 Nissan Rogue. Anything but basic.
Get a low $299 per month lease or get 0% financing for 36 months on select Rogue trims.
How do you print money legally? Just own an insurance company. They get a payment every month. But if you get injured, they argue about paying you. At Rob Levine & Associates, we use the power of law to get you more than the insurance company wants to pay. Call the heavy hitter.
Call 1-800-LAW-1222.
Welcome back. 525. Fall River Police searching for a person who's facing animal cruelty charges for abandoning their dog. Now, police say the dog is severely malnourished with open wounds. Officials think the dog was thrown out of a black truck on Ward Street Sunday night, and anyone with information is asked to call police. And this extra tiny stray pup you are seeing on your screen right now will soon receive life-changing surgery. According to the MSPCA, 9-week-old Smudge was brought to the Boston Adoption Center on May 1st, and the bully breed pup has a cleft palate. Smudge is too small to have the surgery right now, so she will stay in foster care until she's ready. Her surgery is expected to cost $10,000. Anyone interested in donating can go to our website on abc6.com. And taking a look at consumer news at 526, Americans are spending big for Mother's Day. The National Retail Association says Sunday should set a new record. They predict consumers will shell out $35.7 billion for Mom based on their annual survey. That's nearly $4 billion more than last year's record high. And according to the survey, 35 to 44-year-olds are spending the biggest on Mom this year. Popular gifts are flowers and cards. And here's ABC6 meteorologist Kelly Bates. She has your forecast on the 6th.
I asked for a handwritten letter and $50. Let's see if we can manage. No.
I like that.
Some years Mother's Days are a challenge, but anyway, we are expecting the sun to come up in exactly 3 minutes from now, and it's already brightening. It portends a really pleasant morning with plenty of sunshine. We have a current temperature of 54, winds are light to calm, and our dew point is in about the mid-40s. So here's the deal with today. It's going to be interesting, a little complicated. You see the green patch above Albany. That is a weak front, and that will actually be sliding through here between the 9 and 10 a.m. hour. At that time, a lot of that precipitation is expected to be drained from it, so just make us a couple of clouds. But I can't rule out a chance of a small, isolated shower. Again, most of us will see the morning as dry. It's just that chance is there, so I can't let it go by without mentioning it. Now, that's not the only chance to pick up an isolated shower. As we go through the day, and it's going to be a warm one, we're going to percolate our own clouds in the afternoon, and some of those clouds may be high enough to not only make showers, but I'm getting an indication that we could pick up a widely isolated thunderstorm in here too. So once we get towards your late commute, conditions should improve. It's just that afternoon right into, say, 5 p.m. time frame. That would be our concern if we were going to see a thunderstorm at all. And again, most of us aren't. We're going to see it as a dry one. This morning, this is where the sun's at. This afternoon, it's where it gets a little complicated. We do have a chance of picking up an isolated shower, and we are headed into a full taste of summer for today. And we're going to do that taste of summer again for tomorrow, but Mother's Day is going to be quite different. I'll let you know what Mom can expect coming up in just a couple minutes. Carolyn?
Kelly, thank you. It's 528. Still to come on Good Morning Providence, a startling find at Lincoln Woods when racist flyers are found littering the area, the latest on that investigation. Plus, Providence police releasing footage of an officer-involved shooting from 2021. We'll show you the harrowing moments coming up after this. You're watching Good Morning Providence on ABC6. Sit tight. We'll be right back.
I'm the strongest Sanders in the family, the whole family. Boy, you want to see strong? That is strong.
Reinventing our network.
For total confidence and complete control.
Fast, reliable, perfectly orchestrated. The United States Postal Service.
It's Idol's most magical night of the year.
Disney night!
With an exclusive performance from The Little Mermaid's Halle Bailey. And your final 3 revealed.
Feels like I'm watching a Disney movie.
American Idol, live Sunday on ABC.
It's your journey. Own every mile in the Hyundai Tucson with America's best warranty. Lease a Tucson for $249 a month or get 0% APR for 36 months or $750 bonus cash. Hurry in.
Save big at the Hot Tub and Swim Spa Blowout Expo this weekend at the Rhode Island Convention Center.
Mario has access everywhere.
I'm Mario Lopez, and this is Access Hub.
Well, almost everywhere.
Still gonna need to see your ID if you want your car back.
Weeknights at 7 on ABC 6.
Feels like I'm watching a Disney movie.
It's Idol's most magical night of the year.
Disney night! Woo!
Your top 5 Sing Disney favorites.
Fabulous.
And Sophia Carson mentors. Plus an exclusive performance from The Little Mermaid's Halle Bailey.
I'm excited to be part of Idol's world.
And your final 3 will be revealed.
Dim the lights, here we go.
American Idol, live coast to coast Sunday on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Tonight,
the story of someone who was so charismatic yet so devious, they were able to conceal horrific crimes.
He had a laptop with an FBI seal. He had a badge. He says, your daughter is dead, and I know where she's buried. We knew we had a serial killer on our hands.
John Quinones with a stunning new 2020 true crime event.
I just accepted the fact that I was gonna die right then and there.
We just made a deal with the devil.
The new 2020 tonight at 9/8 Central on ABC.
This is Southern New England's trusted news source, Good Morning Providence.
Hello and welcome back to Good Morning Providence. I'm Taryn Azak. It's 5:31. Here's ABC 6 meteorologist Kelly Bates, and it's going to get toasty out there, Kelly, which I like, as you already know. I keep saying it every time we go to weather.
Summer people got a summer. Here we are at sunrise time, and we're going to take that sun right through the day, but there are a couple of times where we're going to be, well, looking for a chance of showers. Right now, of course, we do have the clear skies in Providence, and you can see it. It's beautiful out there. And we don't have that haze that we had been contending with for the past several days because the pattern has shifted and has taken that wildfire smoke plume from Canada and pushed it offshore. So we have clear skies right now in Providence, 54 degrees. Winds are light to calm. And I wanted to point out the green blob above Albany. That is a weak front, and that will be coming through between 9 and 10 this morning. At that time, it is expected to really just give us some clouds, but there is an outside chance that we could pick up an isolated shower. Again, most of us are just going to see a couple of clouds, but again, the Futurecast is going there. See the green dot over near Boston? Yeah, chance of an isolated shower. That's about it with that one. Then we hit the afternoon, and we're going to pop up our own clouds just through the heating of the day. And there is an indication that we could see maybe 1 or 2 of them make it to the point where they make their own showers, and there is a slight chance that one of those showers could be a thunderstorm. You see how small the risk actually is, but it's there, and I can't take it out of your forecast. So there you go. So again, 9 to 10 a.m., that would be our weak front, and then after 3, that would be percolating through the day, kind of popcorny type of showers. We call them convective showers. But again, they're going to be very few and very far between. Carolyn?
Kelly, thank you. 5:33 at the State House, where last night a Senate committee forwarded the nomination of Ashley Deckard to be the new head of the DCYF to the full body. Deckard was nominated last month by the governor to serve as director. Good Morning Providence reporter Yanni Triguelis is live at the State House with more on this story. Yanni.
Sarah Lynn, well, last night, Ashley Deckard faced questions from committee members about her plans for the future of DCYF before she was ultimately unanimously confirmed by the Senate Health and Human Services Committee to take the lead as director of DCYF. Now, prior to retirement in Rhode Island, she previously worked as a foster care specialist in Illinois, and if approved now by the full Senate, Deckard will be the first permanent director of the troubled agency in 4 years. Now, last night, after her confirmation, she spoke to ABC 6 about her vision for the agency.
100% certain that there are going to be seeds that I plant now in my term that probably won't come to fruition until years from now, and I'm okay with that. My hope is that we can carry on the vision of whomever will be in my place anytime in the future so that we can actually move toward improving outcomes for children and families.
And Deckert comes to the Rhode Island DCYF with 16 years of prior experience, but she is part of an ongoing civil lawsuit surrounding the death of a child during her time at a DCYF in Illinois. I'll have more on that coming up in the top of the hour. In Providence, Yanni Tregelis, ABC 6 News.
Yanni, thank you for that. A troubling discovery made at Lincoln Woods State Park. Homemade inflammatory racist signs posted at several spots in that tranquil area. The Rhode Island Department of Environmental Management wants your help to track down who posted those hateful signs. ABC 6 News reporter Alyssa Azara has more.
The Department of Environmental Management's police force is investigating who posted the signs. One sign reading, quote, "Please do not play loud Spanish music in this area," and another directing Black, Latinos, and whites in a certain direction on the trail.
We think that whoever did this is posting these signs, whatever their intentions, that they're hateful morons, honestly. They're hateful morons. And so we don't want anyone in the public to think for 1 second that we stand for that or tolerate it, because we don't.
Michael Healy with the Rhode Island DEM says they maintain these properties for everyone in the public to enjoy.
This is not a DEM sign. We did not post this sign or these signs. These messages really actually sicken us.
With this park being the oldest state park in Rhode Island, Healy says over 1 million visitors frequent the park every year.
I mean, look around. This is a beautiful place. You know, it doesn't matter what color you are or anything like that. It doesn't matter. It's ridiculous.
This park goer, who wishes to not be named, says it's sad someone felt the need to post the racial messages.
It doesn't take a genius to figure out that obviously the Park and Rec department would not post a sign like that.
And Roberto Pardone, who comes to the park nearly weekly to play soccer, says he's never seen anything like that here before.
It's kind of crazy. I mean, we should everybody be treated equal. You know, we all one person, we all one world. So, I mean, we already got enough with all these crazy things happening in the world. So we should, you know, we should have found out who did it.
Alyssa Azara, ABC 6 News.
Providence police releasing body cam footage showing the moments an officer was shot. Officer Robert Savage and other officers were called to a domestic incident on Canton Street August 11, 2021. Police say the suspect, Luis Roman, fired about a dozen shots at Officer Savage with an unregistered AR-15. Now, Savage was thankfully not injured. Investigators say Roman hit a woman with his gun over and over after she tried calling the cops, then accidentally called 911 on himself. After the shooting, Roman ran away and was arrested several hours later. He's serving 30 years in prison after recently pleading guilty to a laundry list of offenses. And a lifelong Providence resident and the longest-serving judge on the U.S. First Court of Appeals is getting a street renamed in his honor. Fulton Street in Providence, right next to the Federal Hill Courthouse, will soon be called Judge Celia Way. A spokesperson for the Providence City Council says Judge Celia helped repair downtown Providence near the U.S. courthouses, and the ceremony took place earlier yesterday on Fulton Street. And it's 5:38. Looking outside with our ABC 6 Skycam, you can see the sun is starting to come up out there, which we love. Here's ABC 6 meteorologist Kelly Bates with your forecast.
Well, that sunshine, Terrellyn, is going to go right to work and start to warm things up right from the get-go. Temperatures right now are just a touch warmer than where we were yesterday, and we are going to find a big warm-up on the way for today. Again, this is the beautiful morning view as we're looking down the bay here in Providence. Just a real splendid view. But yes, we must do some weather too. So 54 in Providence, 55 in Smithfield. We are starting at 50 in Newport and Westerly. We do have the upper 40s from New Bedford at 49, and we have 47 currently currently in Taunton. So that patch of green over Albany, that is a weak front that will be coming into southern New England between the 9 and 10 a.m. hours. At that time, a lot of that moisture is not expected to be there, and it is expected to come through with just some clouds, just like that. There is a chance we could pick up an isolated shower from it, but I really do think most of us are going to see it slide through just as a patch of clouds. And then when we get to the afternoon, we're going to essentially make our own clouds through the heating of the day. Now, some of those clouds are indicating that we could see a little pop-up shower or possibly even an isolated pop-up thunderstorm. But again, most of us will see this as a dry day. So our commute forecast takes us into work with lots of sunshine, mild temperatures, 7, 8 a.m. We're going to be well into the 60s, again, because that sun's going to go to work very quickly. And then this afternoon, evening, chance of an isolated shower. Temperatures are going to be warm, coming off a high of 84 degrees. Now, we're going to start the weekend with a continuation of this very warm weather pattern, but we're going to finish it on Mother's Day with quite different weather. We'll take a closer look at that and beyond in just a couple minutes. Tara Lynn.
And let's take a look outside with our ABC 6 Sky Cam. You can see the early risers out there hitting the roads on this Friday. Let's take a look at some travel times. All right, if you're traveling 95 northbound Attleboro to Canton, it's about 17 minutes this morning. All right, it's 5:40 still to come on Good Morning Providence. Still no deal in the debt ceiling standoff between the president and House Republicans. Howie Default could send home prices soaring. Now you're watching Good Morning Providence on ABC 6. We thank you so much. We'll be right back.
Feeding your dog Nutrish has helped us donate over $7 million a year to pets in need through the Rachel Ray Foundation. So while you can't adopt every dog, you can help them.
Hey, Dad. What's the ocean like? Are there animals living underwater? Is the ocean warm?
Yeah, it can be very warm.
You were made to remember some days forever. We were made to help you find the best way there.
Dry skin is sensitive skin too, and it's natural. That's why Aveeno Daily Moisture Lotion and Body Wash are formulated to be gentle on dry skin, with nourishing prebiotic oat and rich, soothing emollients. Together, this duo locks in moisture all day for softer, healthier looking skin, proven on skin like yours. Aveeno, healthy, it's our nature.
Ugh-stipated. Feeling weighed down by a backed up gut. Miralax is different. It works naturally with the water in your body to unblock your gut. Free your gut and your mood will follow.
For Imprint, this is Lisa. Hi, I'd like 50 welcome wows and 300 customer I love it.
Promotional products from 4imprint are certain to deliver ooh yes.
Wow. I love it.
Find some wow now at 4imprint.com. 4imprint, for certain.
I'm Storm Tracker Chief Meteorologist Jeff Banson. I've been all over the Northeast tracking weather my entire weather career, from New York to Philly to right here in southern New England. And I've tracked all different types of weather: blizzards, hurricanes, even tornadoes. And you never really know how important weather is until it can affect you and your community. And that's why I come in and I'm here to do the best job I can to give you the most accurate local forecast and keep you and your family safe. I'm Chief Meteorologist Jeff Banson. Thank you for putting your trust in the ABC6 Storm Trackers.
I came here to find love, but instead, I found a best friend. Senor Snuffles, you stole my sock, and now you've stolen my heart. Will you accept this milk bone as a symbol of my love?
Oh, dog.
Welcome back. 5:43, an underground explosion in Somerville sending a manhole cover flying. It happened Thursday morning. The force of the explosion was so powerful, the steel cover ended up across the street on top of a 3-story home. Wow. Aerial video shows where the steel cover pierced the roof of the home. The explosion also damaged the street, shattered windows, and knocked out power to the neighborhood. Now, having said all of that, somehow, no one was injured, thankfully. Investigators are now trying to piece together what caused the explosion. And a PhD student from Harvard who was hit by a falling utility box at a T-station this month has filed a lawsuit. Jocelyn Johnson and her attorney announced they're suing the MBTA over the incident, and she was hit by a 200-pound box while standing near a column as she waited for a Red Line train last week. The utility box, well, it came loose because of corrosion, and right now it's not clear how much money she's seeking. And in political news at 5:44, today's meeting between President Biden and top congressional leaders to discuss the debt ceiling crisis was postponed, which means the country will head into the weekend without the matter resolved. This has some financial analysts concerned about a possible default and the ripple effect it could have on U.S. consumers. John Lawrence explains.
The United States has never defaulted on its debt, at least not yet.
We don't know exactly how any of this would play out. We kind of have a sense of the likely mechanisms, but I think there is no universe in which good things happen.
One of the numerous problems that could come if the U.S. goes broke, more damage to the already reeling real estate industry. According to Zillow, home sales would collapse up to 23%, with rates for 30-year fixed-rate mortgages going up more than 8% by this fall.
If we default on our debt, borrowing costs go up for the United States, but also for U.S. consumers, for U.S. businesses, et cetera. It becomes more expensive to get a mortgage, for example.
House Speaker Kevin McCarthy's Limit, Save, Grow plan raises the debt ceiling $1.5 trillion, but cuts some domestic programs.
I have not seen from there a seriousness of the White House that they want to deal. It seems like they want to default more than they want to deal.
President Joe Biden says certain red lines will not be crossed, including the Inflation Reduction Act.
The extreme MAGA Republicans have taken control of the House of Representatives, and they're holding our economy hostage by threatening to default on our national debt, a debt we've already incurred over 200 years unless we give in to the threats and their demands.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
We have a beautiful morning in progress here as we're overlooking the city, overlooking the bay, really. Just a gorgeous start. Hard to find a cloud, but today's going to be a day where we're going to find some things happening. We have not one but two chances of picking up a stray shower. And I mean just that, a chance of an isolated shower. Most of us are going to see this as a dry day. You'll note our temperatures are in the 50s and 40s. We have the upper 40s from Taunton into New Bedford. We have 50 along the south coast from Newport into Westerly. 54 in Providence, 55 is your current Smithfield temperature. We're even starting in 60 in Worcester. So we have a slightly warmer start, and we are also bringing in air from the southwest, where of course we have our winds. Largely calm this check-in, but a southwesterly wind and also a westerly wind. They're both really warm wind directions for us in southern New England. So as long as we've got those pumping and the sun shining, temperatures are going to come up very fast this morning. So satellite and radar checking clear up close, but as we zoom out, you can find this. This is a weak front. It's got just enough energy to pop up a shower. But as it goes from northern New England into southern New England, around the 9 to 10 a.m. hour, it is expected to be wrung out of a lot of that moisture. So by the time it drops through, it's going to be primarily a cloud maker. Still can't rule out a chance of an isolated shower with that one. But then the afternoon happens, and we're going to percolate our own clouds just through the heating of the day. It's called convection. And some of these may be high enough to generate a thunderstorm. So as the clouds build and they get high enough, this is the potential. We have the chance of seeing a thunderstorm, but we're not looking at a severe thunderstorm. And a severe thunderstorm is classified by frequent lightning, hail, damaging winds, including tornadoes, and torrential downpours. We're not looking at that kind of thunderstorm activity. It's just a chance of a thunderstorm, a garden variety thunderstorm, if you will. And the chance is really small, too. So here's how our futurecast is shaping all of this up. There's that first front, that weak front. Again, a lot of that moisture wrung right out of it. Just a chance of an isolated shower as it scoots on through. And then we percolate through the course of the day like popcorn. These clouds grow. And then there is a chance that some of them could be high enough to cause for the generation of a thunderstorm. But you'll notice we're not expecting widespread thunderstorm activity. It's a chance of a thunderstorm. So again, most of us will see it as a dry day. Tomorrow, we are going to see things change. We do have a cool front that'll be coming through, and it is going to be throwing us some clouds from time to time. We're expecting a dry day as we go through Saturday, and those clouds will be breaking up through the afternoon, and clear skies will take place as we go to Saturday night. And that makes way for a very fine Mother's Day indeed, with plenty of sunshine. So just to recap your day for today, here's that weak front coming through 9 to 10 a.m. And after that, we're going to go into a clearing time as we hit the lunchtime hour. Then we go to percolating our own clouds in the afternoon, and that would be our chance of picking up a shower or perhaps a very isolated thunderstorm. So for your Mother's Day, we're looking at cooler temperatures, but plenty of sunshine, really comfortable humidities as well. 68 degrees for Mom on Mother's Day. She's really going to like it. I think we should gift wrap it if we could. Anyway, our forecast for today, 84 degrees, your estimated high temperature. Very summery out there and 6 degrees shy of the record high of 90 for this date. Mostly sunny, chance of that isolated shower or perhaps even an isolated afternoon thunderstorm. But again, most of us will see it as a dry one. For tonight, partly cloudy. We're looking at a low near 62. Good for sleeping with the windows open, by the way, when we hit the 60s for our overnight lows. We will see temperatures return to more seasonable levels as we finish the weekend and go into next week. Your average high, if you're curious, is about 68 degrees for us this time of year. Tara Lynn?
Kelly, thanks so much. We'll see you in just a bit. We all have either watched or heard about the Queen's Gambit. I know it actually consumed basically a part of my life during that show when it came out. I could not stop watching it. So an orphan chess prodigy had overcome seemingly insurmountable barriers to reach the top of her game. That's what the show is about. But a version of the Queen's Gambit has been playing out in real life just outside Bangor, Maine. ABC's Rhiannon Alley has the story.
It's called chess.
Will you teach me?
I don't play strangers.
It's a case of life imitating art.
I was the original Mr. Scheibold.
To tell you the truth of it, child, you're astounding.
The similarity is what's astounding.
I'm David Bishop, and I'm a custodian. And then on the weekends, I'm a chess coach.
Netflix's hit series, The Queen's Gambit, about a young chess prodigy mentored by the janitor at her orphanage, is playing out in real life in Hamden, Maine, by a high school custodian who just happened to lead his district's elementary and middle school chess teams to state championship titles this year. But he didn't stop there, taking the middle school kids all the way to the national tournament.
We placed 8th out of a field of 52 strong teams.
It was a twist of fate that brought 61-year-old David Bishop to Hamden Academy. Burned out from his job in the telecommunications industry at age 50, he was looking for a change and figured the custodian job would be less stress. Little did he know the lives he would change forever.
For me, it's kind of fun, and also I just kind of like seeing that there's something I'm really good at doing, and I think chess is just one of those things.
The more you like something, the more you're going to want to play it.
But for these kids, it's far more than just a game.
You get the whole skills about being able to think ahead, so making decisions is easier.
And for David Bishop, it's far more than just a job.
From both schools, I have 5 kids now that beat me on a regular basis.
Check.
It's a good feeling to see them stronger.
Me.
Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
That's so cool. All right, 5:52, having a ball at the Puppy Prom. This is the 9th year for the San Diego event, which is a fundraiser organized by the Helen Woodward Animal Rescue Center. Attendees looked fetching in their costumes and dresses. Bear and Bitsy, both Yorkshire Terriers, were crowned Doggy King and Queen. Even feline friends were invited to the potty. That is adorable. All right, coming up on GMA, every loyal GMA viewer knows just how amazing their annual Mother's Day Breakfast in Bed live event is. Remember all these incredible moms getting the shock of their lives? Well, this morning, that magic is going to happen again somewhere in America. The GMA live event is coming right up.
Hi, I'm ABC6 News anchor Tiffany Murphy. I know how hectic life can be, so give us 11 minutes at 11 o'clock, and we'll give you tonight's breaking headlines, updates on today's top stories. 11 minutes of non-stop commercial-free news and weather. Everything you need to know to get ready for tomorrow. Join me for 11 at 11, only on ABC6.
Showing how you feel, it's been a while. Go ahead and smile. Go ahead and smile.
Lowe's knows the first step to motivation
is inspiration.
So we've got new everything. New flooring, new paint, new patio sets, new pillows. I can keep going if you want me to. You got this, and we got you.
Bipolar 1, I got help to push back.
I got help to push back.
We got help to push back with Lybalvi.
Once daily prescription Lybalvi is proven to treat manic or mixed episodes of bipolar 1 in adults to help you push back. Elderly patients with dementia have an increased risk of death or stroke. Do not take Lybalvi if you are taking opioids or are in opioid withdrawal. The samidorphan in Lybalvi can cause severe opioid withdrawal that can lead to hospitalization or increased risk of life-threatening overdose. Get emergency help if you have trouble breathing, become very drowsy with slowed or shallow breathing, or feel faint, very dizzy, or confused, or if you have fever, stiff muscles, confusion, rash, swollen glands, or problems with your liver, kidneys, heart, or lungs. Other serious side effects may include high cholesterol, weight gain, potentially fatal high blood sugar, uncontrolled body movements, which may be permanent, dizziness upon standing or falls.
Are you ready to push back against bipolar 1? Ask your doctor if Lybalvi is right for you.
It's almost Mother's Day, and this morning, that can only mean it's time for
Breakfast in bed!
Breakfast in Bed extravaganza.
Oh my goodness!
Yes, one mother is about to get the surprise of a lifetime with Breakfast in Bed.
This morning on GMA.
At Affordable Dentures and Implants, we make new smiles affordable for everyone, so you don't need to wait another day to get your smile back. Click or call to schedule your new smile consultation today.
Go ahead and smile.
6 all-time greats.
What is grit?
Who's Caro?
What is Mean Girls?
One incredible tournament. Who will be crowned the first ever Jeopardy Masters champion?
Bring it.
Bring it. Don't bring it. Jeopardy Masters continues tonight on ABC.
It's 5:55. Welcome back. Elon Musk has announced he is stepping down soon as CEO of Twitter. ABC's Lionel Moyes has the details on what is expected in today's Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, a new CEO is coming to Twitter. Current CEO Elon Musk did not name his successor, but the Wall Street Journal reports that the woman in charge of advertising at NBC Universal is taking the job. Musk's new title will be executive chairman. Next, Facebook Messenger's Apple Watch app is being discontinued. After the end of this month, users will reportedly get message notifications, but won't be able to respond. Facebook's parent company Meta is offering no explanation about why the app is going away. And Sony releasing a new smartphone. The Xperia 1 Mark V has a new camera sensor nearly double the size of last year's model. It also has a higher resolution. Those and other features, though, will cost you. Pricing starts at $1,400. And those are your Tech Bites. I'm Lionel Moyes. Have a great day.
And before you head out the door this morning, let's take a look at travel times. If you're traveling Route 114 northbound Whitechurch to 195, it's about 10 minutes. 95 northbound Route 4 to Thurber's Ave, 10 minutes. Route 1 northbound Kingstown Road to the Route 4 split, it's about 7 minutes. So everything's looking okay for you out on this Friday. Let's take another look at the forecast. Here's Kelly.
Well, I think, Tara Lynn, we're going to find our forecast equally cooperative as our early traffic. We have sunshine that is up, and that's going to take us through the morning. It's also going to help bring these temperatures up pretty quickly. So a really gorgeous morning is in progress, and we have a really summery kind of day in store. So mostly sunny skies right now in Providence. We have 56 degrees. We also have a wind moving in from the west at 7 miles per hour. And much like yesterday, a westerly wind will help to warm us, combined with the sunshine, and temperatures will keep on climbing. That green blob you see working its way into northern New England is a weak front that will be coming through here between 9 and 10 a.m. It will give us a chance of an isolated shower, but I think will just bring us a batch of clouds. And then in the afternoon, we're going to percolate a chance of showers or perhaps an isolated thunderstorm. Tara Lynn?
Kelly, thank you. Much more to come on Good Morning Providence. We'll see you at 6 o'clock.
Behind the back. No look. Let me show you.